Good morning, beautiful souls. It's Anna T. Brooks here, your psychic empowerment coach and earth angel. And I'm so excited to bring you this week's weekly oracle card energy reading for the week 17th to 23rd of February 2020. Let's get straight into it. So as always, I have the Work Your Light oracle card deck, which I have pulled 3 cards from, and I have focused on the intention of one being around the mindset, the conscious energies, the things that you're aware of, one for your physical, for the action-based energies, support and guidance for how to deal with the physical world in this week, and then finally this subconscious spirit and soul, so the underlying energies that you may or may not otherwise be aware of, but they are definitely underneath. Then of course we also have, I'm back home, so I have my Angel Answer Oracle card deck. And so I've pulled a card from here also, which is a specific answer to an outcome, a situation, something that is coming up for you that you already know about this week, and you're curious about how to get the most aligned, most amazing result or outcome from this situation, or how it's going to play out. There's an advice as well that has come through for that. This won't be for everyone, obviously, because this isn't the collective energy. This is a specific outcome, but I'll get you to feel into it. I'll put up the card backwards towards the end, and you'll be able to just feel in to see if this is something that you feel is meant for you, and if so, you can listen to the reading for it. So let's get straight into it. As always, whether you're new, whether you're a seasoned watcher of my weekly oracle card readings, I'd love for you to hit like, hit subscribe, share this if you feel called, and of course leave any comments. I always love to hear how this resonates with you. And especially as you go through, I always encourage you to really listen to your own intuition, listen to your body, and listen to when those nudges come through about something that is meant for you, because there might be something specific that is actually for you. It might be in the picture of the card, something that stands out to you. It might be certain words. It might be just a certain sentence in what I say that really hits home for you. So the more that you can just give yourself a moment to tune in and to allow whatever needs to come through, the more you're going to get the specific messages that you need within this reading as well. So let's get into it. The first card that we have that has come up for the weekly, for the energies for the mindset, the conscious, the awareness that we have, funny what I just spoke about, is trust the niggle. So feel free to take a moment just to look at the picture, see if there's something that's drawing you there, something that's standing out to you. So trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? I'm not going to read the full description because I'm really getting more into the intuitive descriptions. And so really this talks about that really annoying, niggling feeling that can sometimes be inconvenient. It can seem like something's kind of trying to get to you, and it's like, oh, you have to do this. You should research this, or you should you should offer something like this, or you should go talk to this person. And you're like, oh, this is really inconvenient. I have so much on. This isn't going to work. And it's that inconvenient, niggling feeling that's just like, no, just do it. Just do it. And so if we stand in the way of that and we get really, really stubborn, that's when we actually shut off our intuition. That niggle is our intuition, right? So the niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe, right? So the more that we ignore it, it's still there. We can ignore it for as long as we want, but it's still going to be there. And sometimes it'll just kind of build and build and build to a much bigger mess than if you just listen to it in the first place. So you're being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, exactly what I just said, and then you'll likely regret that you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle now. So there's an inquiry question that goes with this that you can journal on, or you can meditate on, or even just tune into your body and feel into. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And so it might not be there just yet, right? This is for the weekly energies. So it might be something that comes up during the week where you just go, ooh, I feel that. I should go have this conversation. I should go make this decision. I should go make this change. I should, I'm feeling called to this thing. Don't ignore it, right? This is the energy this week for you to trust that niggle, to lean into it, and to allow because it's completely divinely guided. It's very safe for you to do this. So that's the first card for the conscious energies. The second card, and I love this one, I love when this one comes up because it's a shift in energy, right? Last week, for those of you who watched, or if you didn't, feel free to go back and watch the last week one. The energies last week were there are a lot of undercurrents. It required you to take a lot of steps back, in the sense, not going backwards, but in the sense of just allowing what needs to come through rather than really being very action orientated. And this week for the action card, we have Dance with Life. So take a moment just to look at the picture. And so Dance with Life is literally what it says. Do something to change your energy, right? I'll just pick up a few things from the book and what it says in the guidebook as well. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you'll fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency, and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over, and with each bop, sway, and kick, we are rocked back into harmony with the rest of life. So this is really telling you that this week, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling that stagnant energy, especially if you've been like ignoring the niggle as it came up, right? And you're feeling like, oh, I feel like I've gotten in my own way and now I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. Dance. Move, right? It doesn't literally, like, dancing is one of the things to do, obviously. But in general, this is encouraging you to go with the flow of life. Allow yourself to be enveloped in it, right? If you find yourself walking down the street and there's a street performer or something that's just caught your attention or whatever, just go there, watch it, enjoy it, allow yourself to be absorbed with it. Allow the flow of energy in life to guide you, right? To allow yourself to flow with it, and that will get you back into that rhythm where you're not stagnant, where you're not stuck. And at the same time, these two just feed so perfectly into each other, because like in that example, if you're walking down the street and there's a street performer, you might just be like, oh, whatever, I've got to go do my shopping, I'll ignore this. If your niggle says, hey, just go watch, just for like 60 seconds, then go do it and see how your body feels, see how your body reacts to it, see how you actually move into it, right? Because with stagnant energy, with stuck energy, it's one of those things that if you don't find a way to shift it, not just consciously, but in your body, you're gonna feel really fucking frustrated, basically, right? If you're constantly doing the mindset work to shift these things and you're always like thinking, working up here, but your body's not involved, that's where you get stuck and stuck and stuck, and it's like brick walls everywhere, and you're just frustrated because you're doing everything you can in your mindset, but you're not allowing your body to move into that flow. So this week, absolutely, dance with life, right? Do what you feel called to do. Allow yourself to be dragged into the rhythm of life, trusting that niggle will help, right? And that will help that energy to flow, because there's a lot of energy to flow this week and you're divinely guided, right? That niggle is there for a reason. Our final card, I love this one. It's actually the front cover of the deck, is Inner Temple. And so this one is for your subconscious, the underlying energies, the soul guidance. And so Inner Temple is really about devotion and tuning into the portal of your heart. So I'll read a little bit from the guidebook for this one, right? All the answers to all the questions that you seek are waiting for you in the portal of your heart, but you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you, and so the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly it will guide you. If you're questioning your career or life path, your guides want you to return your focus towards devotion and this prayer. Please use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big moving prayer. And so this is interesting. This is actually an action card from this deck, even though it's in the subconscious energies. And the action is to commit to a daily devotional practice. And I feel like this feeds into the energy that in order to bring about those niggles, in order to have that intuition on tap, in order to be able to be like, oh, that's where I need to go. And in order to be able to release into your body and dance and to just feel into it and allow yourself to move with the flow of life this week, you need to set some daily practices around it, right? Set some devotional practices. It might be praying, right? If you do believe, you know, in a God or whatever, you know, kind of deity or anything that you believe in, or if you're more, you know, just spirit, guides, angels, that kind of thing. Prayer to me is the same as intention, is the same as meditation, is the same as focus, right? So set aside time every single day to do this for yourself, even if it feels a bit weird, even if it feels a bit harder this week, right? We all go through phases where things are just easier and then things are harder. Even if it feels a bit like, oh, I'm just kind of going through the motions, that's okay, right? This is the underlying energy. So this is what your soul needs, even though it may not be aware of it. So it may not be really obvious to you, you know, in the first few days, as you make sure that you set aside even 5-10 minutes to do your meditation, to do your prayer, to do whatever devotional practice you want to do. It may not seem really, really clear what's going on or what's happening, because this is the subconscious energy. But this, when you do this, you are setting yourself up for that conscious energy, for trusting the niggle, right? For having those hits of intuition. And you're setting yourself up to be able to move with the flow of life, to be able to dance with life, to be able to take the physical actions and, you know, be in the right place at the right time. I'm seeing that coming through from these two cards, right? That if you trust the niggle, you'll be in the right place at the right time to take the right action, to be, you know, there with that street performer, where then you strike up a conversation with someone else who ends up giving you, you know, the gig that you've been wanting, or you know, or just a connection or whatever it is, or you meet, you know, the love of your life or whatever it happens to be. Everyone, you know, we all have different focuses right now. So whatever it happens to be, sorry, I'm just trying not to flash you guys too much. So whatever it happens to be, that's the whole point, right? That underlying energy, the inner temple, the daily devotion, the daily practice that you have is crucial in order to set yourself up with the other energies, right? Even if it doesn't seem like it's doing much, it is, right? It's happening internally. So that's the energies from the cards this week. As always, pop some comments in, hit like if you resonate, if you're enjoying these readings, and let me get to the angel answer card. So I'm going to hold this up backwards for you. So this is, again, you have a specific question, a specific outcome, a situation that's coming up this week, something that you're waiting for an answer for this week. Take a deep breath, tune in to see if you feel called to this card, and you may not, and that's absolutely fine. But if you do, this card is communicate clearly. There we go, just so you can see it without the... Communicate clearly. This situation requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable, but if that's not possible, make sure that your communication method is very thorough. This card can indicate that there has been a miscommunication that is creating a challenge for the parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward. So this is... it's less of an outcome-based card and more of a guidance card, right? So in regards to this situation, to reassess, has there been any miscommunication at any point along the road, right? Is there a chance that what you are thinking, what you are feeling, how you are seeing this situation is actually vastly different to how the other person is? And to be as clear as possible about this, right? To be as clear as possible leading into if there's an outcome or anything like that. You know, I'm kind of getting like a feeling like if it's a job application or like uni application or something that you're waiting on, to just call up and just ask, you know, is there anything else that you need from me? You know, as they make their decision, is there anything else that you might require? Was there anything that you were still wondering about? Just really open up that clear communication. If it's in a relationship, that's obvious in so many ways, right? It's the time to ask, you know, even just ask them, how do you think that I'm seeing the situation right now? And you might find out that they actually think that you don't care, or that you've checked out of the relationship, when actually you're really, really hurt and so you've been trying to like, you know, stop yourself from being further hurt or something, and they're taking it as that you've checked out, you don't care, when really you care a lot and you just don't want to be hurt again, right? Let's open up that communication so that people aren't just guessing how it is that you're feeling and what you're going through, and you're actually communicating clearly with them, and then the outcome can be resolved in whatever way is best for all parties involved, right? Because at least you know that no one's, you know, walking away, no one's stepping away, nothing's being released with the idea of, you know, that they think this thing's happening whereas you think this thing's happening, and it's just a mismatch of communication, and that's the reason it's all falling apart, rather than being clear on where you both are, where the whole situation is, and being able to move forward with it, you know, knowing that everything is out on the table. So that's the card there. I hope this has been helpful. Again, you know, I'd love for you guys to hit like, hit subscribe, pop comments in if you have any comments to leave. And if you can share this, I would absolutely so love it. The more people we can get to, you know, really enjoy this, and the more people I can get to help every single week, that means the world to me. So thank you all so much, beautiful souls. Have an amazing week, and remember, live life on purpose. Mwah. Bye.